We will now begin the seminar on city-to-city collaboration for zero-carbon society, hosted by Ministry of Environment Japan. I'm your moderator today, Kataoka from the IGES. To begin the seminar, we'll hear from State Minister Tetsuya Yagi of the Environment for his opening remarks. Good morning to all. Thank you very much for your introduction. I am Yagi Tetsuya, State Minister of the Environment. To those here at the venue and online, thank you for attending the seminar on city-to-city collaboration for zero-carbon society. The City-to-City Collaboration Program for Zero-Carbon Society, C3P, promoted by the Ministry of the Environment, celebrates its 10th anniversary this fiscal year. On this milestone, today, we're pleased to invite Mayor Claudio Castro of Municipality of Renca from Santiago, Chile, Governor Norman Harvey Niateo Puerto of Irai State, Palau, and officials of municipalities participating in the City-to-City Collaboration Program and others from 28 cities in 9 countries, including Japan, to review past initiatives and discuss future collaborations for achieving decarbonization in cities. Now, to achieve the global target of 1.5 degrees Celsius, early and substantial greenhouse gas emission reductions globally and peaking out by 2025 are essential. Particularly, climate change countermeasures in cities, which are set to account for 70% of total emissions, are increasingly important. Number of cities addressing climate change is expanding every year. Those cities are making net zero commitments and are working to attract people and capital by actively working on decarbonization. The race to transition to decarbonization has started. In Japan, to promote regional decarbonization through collaboration between the national and local governments, a regional decarbonization roadmap was developed. Currently, municipalities selected as decarbonization leading areas and others are making efforts to achieve carbon neutrality of the regions. Many areas are working on them. Decarbonization is also an opportunity for growth. Decarbonization leading areas are to maximize the use of regional resources, such as renewable energy sources, nature, and tourism resources, to encourage investment in the regions, aiming to simultaneously solve local issues and promote regional development. They are nothing but regional growth strategies. The City-to-City Collaboration Project is about sharing such domestic initiatives with various countries and cities overseas, and helping the transformation of cities toward decarbonization. In the past 10 years, the program has exchanged and developed to include 20 cities in Japan and 49 cities in 13 countries around the world. And as a result, 25 joint creating mechanism or JCM projects and many other have been realized, contributing to the decarbonization and improvement in biodiversity, water and air quality, and job creation in partner cities. Today, on such past results and decarbonization policies of cities, knowledge will be shared. I wish that this meeting will serve as an opportunity to deepen exchanges among cities in Japan and the world, and to help further progress toward achieving the 1.5 degree Celsius target. Thank you very much. Now, thank you. So we are moving on to the keynote speech. This keynote speech is delivered by Takemoto Kazuhiko, Chair of the International Institute for Applied Systems Analysis, IASA Council. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much for your kind introduction. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you for joining us for this very important event to celebrate 10th anniversary of City-to-City Cooperation Program, so-called C3P program. Then today I would like to share with you the overview of this program quickly because we have limited time frame. Next slide, maybe I can. All right. Okay. Today I would like to share with you the three major points: Japan's initiatives on cities. Secondly, IPCC AR7 cycle special report on climate change and cities. Then, thirdly, IASA Japan research project on city transformation. Details will be shared later on. But just quickly, let me begin with introduction. As Minister Yagi already touched on the importance of cities' role, because it covers 70% of global GHG emissions. And in this regard, cities are in the position to play very important role in addressing climate change. At the same time, city is in a position to provide us with the opportunity in the seeking solutions by using a lot of the mechanism and the policy and the measures. This is why last year in April in Sapporo, G7 ministers meeting together there to discuss role of cities, then come up with the communique. It clearly states on the importance of the city-to-city cooperation, among others. It is this program has been really highlighted. That is what we wish to further develop this program as well. At the same time, last year, December, in Dubai, COP28, the world, the UNFCCC, the stakeholders and the government officials get together to discuss. Then in that the occasion, COP28 has decision on the, again, the role of cities. In this regard, we are expected to move in more proactive manner in the future to address climate change. Now, let me just quickly repeat what the minister shared with you, the Japan's initiatives. I would like to take up only two leading programs among many, a variety of policy and measures which the government of Japan has been developing in this regard. First is the decarbonization leading areas, DLA. That is the Ministry of the Environment has designated these areas toward achieving net zero by fiscal year 2050. And currently, up to date, the 74 LDAs have been selected. According to the government, the direction or policy, by 2025, they are going to designate at least 100 leading areas as the model. This is the first step. As the second step, by 2030, they are going to share the model or experience with other local government in Japan. And beyond that, toward the 2050, they are going to have enlarge this the direction throughout Japan. At the same time, not only in the national approach, but also through C3P program, they wish to share Japan's experience and the private sector's knowledge and wisdom with you, our counterpart cities in neighbors countries. This is another program, which is our today's topic, city-to-city cooperation collaboration program, C3P. This program support cities through the collaboration between cities in Japan and overseas to promote the carbon approach, the climate change mitigation and adaptation measures by mobilizing the wisdom and knowledge as well as technology, which the local government in Japan has utilized. That is also we have co-benefit approach or co-creation by using your wisdom at your country, in your cities. We are going to further step up our approach as well. The program covers a wide range of steps, the upstream planning and the strategies, and followed by capacity development, human resource development. It is also very important capacity. Through this mechanism, we are coming up to the next stage. This is the programming, the idea of infrastructure by mobilizing joint crediting mechanism, JCM. This whole idea has been already covered by Minister Yagi, but the C3P program, it is one of the leading or dynamic, energetic, leading program to the world. And we have shared the samples or the experience should be shared with other regions in the world. Next, the second topic which I wish to share with you is IPCC direction. As you are aware, from last year, the IPCC has started already the AR7 cycle, assessment report, 7th assessment report cycle, up to 2027 and 28. And in their program, they would like to put the very strong interest in using or addressing the climate change by mobilizing the capacity of cities, as I have already shared with you. Since many years ago, they have put their interest in cities to urgently promote address the transition of decarbonization. And then the 4AR7 assessment report, 7th assessment report from last year toward 2027, and they put the special kind of the direction, which is they are going to include special report on climate change and the cities. It was decided at the already 2016, the 43rd IPCC session. Now, process has been already started. Last April in Istanbul, they gathered again. They mean the IPCC, the 40th session was held last January. They decided on the timeline. And again, they plan to organize scoping meeting in April. It's gonna be held in Riga in Latvia. Then they are already selecting the experts. Scoping experts have been selected from the world, more than 1,300 candidates, 80 experts has been selected. These 80 experts are going together in April in Latvia, and then they are going to start scoping what kind of category, what kind of aspect should be addressed toward a special report on climate change and the cities. Now, this is just quickly the overview of scoping meeting, as well as toward the special report. Now, this is the next point, which I would like to highlight today. That is the EASA Japan Research Joint Research Program on City Transformation. Before the IPCC special report is going to be started, the EASA and Japan, namely Ministry of the Environment Japan, has worked together. Now, EASA is International Institute for Applied Study. Applied system analysis, that is which is located in Vienna. And they have the very strong expert team as well as its network around the world to address climate change, not only global change, but also sustainability as well. Ministry of the Environment has asked them to work together toward the contribution to the IPCC special report on cities. Then the last September already, this program has started. Then the program is focused on to identify critical knowledge gaps, and then to identify how we can move forward next step. That means we are going to finalize first phase of this program in this week. This the major component of this research project has three components. The first one is paper development for 2 years. And the first phase will be completed in this week by mobilizing workshop and symposium. Symposium you can reach to the online to the observe. And this is the launching event at the COP28. Then the paper structure, and within this paper, Japan's initiative, including the city-to-city collaboration, has been highlighted in this the paper as well. Next one is the workshop. This is the closed session, but we have mobilized the many experts around the world, in particular IPCC, the leaders. Diana Ulge Bolsat from us, the IPCC AL7 Vice Chair, Professor Oki from University of Tokyo, K1 from EASA, Deborah Roberts from South Africa. She was the AR6 working to co-chair. Then Winston Cho from Singapore, he is now currently working to co-chair. The outcome of this workshop will be shared at the international symposium. Again, you can see all the lineup. It is very strong. Once again, this is the initial phase, but again, very concrete contribution to IPCC process. This is what we have now. Summary conclusion. Cities, a lot of the initiative and playing an important role in addressing climate change at the same time, providing us with the good opportunity. And Japan has developed the program C3P, including C3P. Then we are Japan together with International Institute for Applied Systems. They have a lot of the concrete contribution in a professional manner. Lastly, this is my conclusion once again. C3P is one of the leading program to take the lead in the world in terms of the cities or local initiative and to disseminate our good practice, best practice by mobilizing not only city itself, but also again, government of course, but private sector as well. We are going to further develop our cooperation. Now, let me conclude my first speech by wishing you a very successful and fruitful discussion with your active participation in this week. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much about touching on the importance of cities, on the initiatives of Japan, and also about the activities undertaken by EASA. Thank you very much. And on the day after, on the 28th in the afternoon, we will have an IIASA seminar. So if you have time, please kindly consider participating in that seminar as well. So from here on, we would like to move on to the presentations by the municipalities. And today we have the participating municipalities who are participating in the city-to-city collaboration to talk and present about their initiatives in each city. First of all, from the Republic of Chile, we have from the municipality of Renca, Santiago City, we have Mayor Claudio Castro. And the municipality of Renca is working together with Toyama City in Japan. And Mayor Castro was supposed to join us here face-to-face, but unfortunately, due to airline troubles, he was not able to come over to Japan, so he is participating online from Chile.
So, Mayor, the floor is yours.
Good morning. I would like to start thanking the government of Japan for this very noble invitation under the auspices of the Ministry of Environment, and especially I would like to give special thanks to Nippon Koi for their commitment to allow us to learn that much in Renca. Japan is a country with an unparalleled and exceptional history and traditions, which we in Chile deeply respect and admire. It was within all my plans to accompany you in person, but unfortunately, my flight was canceled, which forces me to have to make my presentation by Zoom. I hope to get the chance to be in Japan in a next occasion. One might ask, in the context of the City-to-City program, what do cities that are more than 17,000 kilometers away have to do with each other? The answer is simple. We are united by the search for a better future, not only for us now, but a cleaner, greener, and more sustainable world for future generations. This climate emergency has crossed borders. In recent weeks, we have had to face the consequences of the wildfires that have consumed thousands of hectares and caused the regrettable death of more than 130 Chilean people. These events were relatively new a couple of years ago, but now we need to be aware that we will probably face them every year, the same as droughts, floods, and extreme heat. It is urgent that national and local governments coordinate to take action. In Latin America, since the adoption of the Paris Agreement in 2016, we have made steady progress in consolidating actions and reaffirming our commitment to achieve climate neutrality and increase resilience from both central and local governments. At the Summit of the Americas in 2022, we advanced in accelerating the just transition to clean and renewable energies. Our region emits approximately 8% of global emissions, a similar proportion to the number of Latin American inhabitants in comparison to the world. Although 8% seems to be a relatively low figure, 1 out of every 5 global extreme weather-related events occurs in the Americas, where its economic damages account for 45% of global material losses over the last 50 years, according to the World Meteorological Organization. On the other hand, in Latin America and the Caribbean, we have the highest number of deaths due to disasters in the same period. We are not only talking about forest fires, as I mentioned at the beginning. We are talking about heat stress, excess rainfall, droughts, storms, and floods. The invitation is for us to think about the region and also about the potential of our natural wealth. In Latin America and the Caribbean, we can be one of the most decisive regions for solving the climate crisis. Abundance of natural resources, extraordinary wealth and biodiversity of ecosystems. It also has 40% of the world's biodiversity and more than 25% of the world's forests. The definition of ambitious goals for sustainable development in our continent has generated that 69% of the electricity in the Latin American and the Caribbean region is generated with renewable energy sources. In the Chilean case, the law on climate change was published on 2022, which creates a legal framework to address climate change in terms of mitigation and adaptation in the long term, in line with the Paris Agreement. It establishes carbon neutrality as a national goal by 2015 at the latest. The current government of President Gabriel Boric has placed concern for the environment at the center of the search of inclusive socioeconomic development, synthesized in the concept of socio-ecological and just transition. There is a process that, through dialogue and community empowerment, we transform society into a resilient one that faces the social, ecological, and climate emergency. Throughout the years, the search towards renewable energies in Chile has become a state policy. In a few years, Chile is considered to be a pioneer country in the region, with 7.6% of total energy consumption generated by solar energy, surprisingly higher than the average of OECD countries, which is 2.6%. Renca is a 24 square kilometers commune located at the northwest area of Santiago, with a population of more than 160,000 inhabitants and 10.2% of the population in poverty conditions. In terms of green areas, Renca has a lower square meters for inhabitant than the recommendations of the World Health Organization. Renca, on environmental matters, is especially critical. We are located in a geographical area of the city of Santiago with poor ventilation conditions, which is reflected in the highest number of critical episodes in air quality. While the entire district of Santiago has had 15 critical episodes average per year, Renca has registered 23 average episodes per year. Also, we are considered a heat island, registering higher temperatures than the rest of the municipalities in the region. We have 2 industrial poles within our commune, which generate water stress, higher energy consumption, and greenhouse gas emissions. In addition, in Renca, we have the only thermoelectric plant in the region, which by itself generates half of the carbon emissions of the entire commune, according to our emissions inventory. Our administration decided to go beyond the attributions of a municipality, and we pushed 4 transformations in Renca: urban, social, economic, and we added, in the context of the climate emergency, the environmental transformation. Today, we want to move towards a shared vision where Renca is a reference in circular economy, quality of life, and urban development. Because we understand that transformation are long-term, without solution of magic proposals, we want Renca by 2034 to be visualized as a reference in circular economy and urban, social, and economic transformation, committed to sustainable development and climate action, a leader in integrated waste management focused on meeting the goals associated with recycling and composting, defining national policy and legislation, the eradication of micro dams and illegal dams in the commune, and the promotion of green jobs, with an involved community, with national and international alliances as key access in the way to carry out the work of the municipality that allows to position itself as a model in climate governance. We value the city-to-city initiative of the Japanese Ministry of Environment, which allows collaboration between cities and local governments to move towards a carbon-neutral future, specifically with the role of private companies. In the case of Renca, we are proud to be part of this transformative, innovative, and forward-looking program. In 2019, we signed our first MOU with the city of Toyama. We saw in the JCM mechanism an opportunity to advance projects that trigger environmental transformations. This collaboration gave us the opportunity to conduct feasibility studies and identify companies located in Renca willing to innovate and collaborate with our municipality towards carbon neutrality action. This agreement between Toyama and Renca has been extended for the periods 2020, 2021, and 2022. In 2022, companies are invited to apply for the JCM. Renca applies with 4 buildings together with the energy services of one of the Chilean companies, NLX. Temco, a Renca-based company, applies together with the energy services company Solarity. In 2023, Temco is informed that they have been beneficiaries of the JCM subsidy. It is communicated that Renca, the municipality, has not been a beneficiary of the study. During 2020 and 2023, we have introduced the JCM financing mechanism to several companies and also measured the feasibility of municipal buildings to install possible renewable sources. In 2024, our intention is to continue with the city-to-city agreement. Renca is preparing to apply for JCM together with Ciudad Luz, who are available to bundle to achieve about 10,000 kilowatts. Local government are the closest state actor and in greater contact with the social, economic, and urban reality of the territories. This alliance that we developed as a municipality allowed Temco, a company that bases its operations in Renca, to materialize an investment of about 20% of a plan of more than 20,000 square meters in our commune. The international collaboration, as well as within our commune, pushes us together towards a future of environmental justice. This new plan generates a reduction of approximately 1,000 tons of carbon per year. In addition, 14% of the factory's energy comes from this new plant. The inauguration of the thermoelectric plant in 1962 meant a milestone for our region, promoting an unprecedented energy development for the country. However, the cost associated with this development has been assumed by Renca for decades, and the consequent environmental impact has shaped the daily experience of our neighbors. Chile's energy challenges today are not the same as those we faced 60 years ago. In the case of Renca, A few months ago, we lived a historic day. We participated in the definitive retirement of the Renca power plant. What was once a cost for our community has now become an opportunity for the future. A future in which we can think about innovation, sustainability, and renewable energies. It is also a horizon to think about industries that generate green jobs, as well as the consolidation of compensation projects with the implementation of the green tax. Micro garbage dumps are a permanent reality in a municipality affected by low budget, which has led us to adopt adaptation, mitigation, and resilience measures. In the context of our municipal actions, one of the most important measures is integrated waste management. Integrated waste management is one of the priority environmental challenges for our management. Our challenge is to raise the standard of our communal recycling services and to advance in the recycling of waste in order to keep clean and make the work in our commune more efficient. This led us to articulate an alliance with the Inter-American Development Bank, whose objective is to develop a communal strategy for integrated waste management and circular economy. It is also a roadmap that delimits our objectives and measures to be implemented in the next 10 years in the commune, combining long-term work with effective solutions. Thus, our strategy points to 3 areas of action. These are 3 comprehensive services that seek to transform Renca from different angles. When we arrived at the administration in 2016, we found an environmental outlook at the very least critical. Our most urgent problems consisted of cleaning up public spaces, eliminating microdams scattered in different points, and improving the green areas of the commune. The Renca Hill, Cerro Renca, is one of the largest and most visible island hills in the metropolitan region. After many years discussing in community which Renca Hill we wanted, this past year we made an investment of $9 million to give it a new summit. Our goal is to transform the Renca Metropolitan Park into a world-class park. The Renca Hills has the potential to become the second green lung of Santiago, contributing significantly to the reduction of carbon emissions. This is one of the 3 key initiatives in our climate action plan, hoping to continue working in collaboration with national and international organizations. I would like to end by saying that we know that we cannot achieve this ambition alone, that national and international collaboration is required so that together we can face the challenges posed by climate change. We are proud to be the first commune in Chile with an agreement of this nature and with these demonstrable results. We are sure that if we continue to collaborate in concrete actions, we can overcome the crisis. Thank you very much to the organization. I am so sorry again for not being able to be with you. Have an excellent seminar and an incredible climate change week. Thank you.
キャストロ区長どうもありがとうございました。
Thank you very much, Mayor Castro. So now we would like to move on to the next presenter, Mr. Norman Harvey Niratoeboet, the governor of Irai State Government of Palau. And the partner of Irai State is Urasoe City in Okinawa Prefecture. So, Governor, the floor is yours. Please come up to the podium.
Good morning. And Ali from the people of Irai State, the Republic of Palau. By the way, Ali in Palauan means hello. It is my pleasure to come and participate speak in front of this distinguished group. I especially want to thank the local government, the minister, for their leading initiative on this very important issue. Irai State is a small developing state within the Republic of Palau. but the problems that we face are very similar to much bigger nations. We do have limited resources that doesn't really allow us to address many of the pressing issues. But we continue to find collaboration and partnership to hopefully change some of these issues and solve some of these problems in front of us. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, waste management has become a problem with these many developing islands, nations that are just starting to develop. So if you look at some of these numbers that I have provided, I think in Japan, we know the term benjo. It used to be a very old 30 years ago outhouse system in Palau. The last 30 years of Palau have transformed into more developed infrastructure. However, we continue to be on that second tier of development, which is a septic system. And if you look at that, that's the latest centralized sewer system that we are transitioning into, which eventually lead to more developed infrastructure system as we have now in the main city of Palau. Just to pause for a minute and go to the next slide is a renewable energy solar system. Palau is on the verge of exploding into solar power generation system. We also have as a nation, we also have a very aggressive goal of transforming Palau into a 50% renewable energy, I believe by 2035. So if you look at that statement, we continue to have programs moving Palau and especially the state of Irai away from diesel fuel energy generation into renewables. You look at those numbers, so we have estimated the houses and buildings in the state of Irai about 1,500. Very few considering many of the nations that are present here today. We do have about 79 residential houses and 9 commercial buildings that are using a solar power system. And we continue to put our effort to transform hopefully to 100% solar power generation system. I said that we leave waste management and we'll touch on solar system and then we'll come back because I want to put more effort at this issue. So about 30 years ago, which is about the age of Palau government, we started to develop, and there were so many issues that we faced. We did not, it was not a scientifically studied program. So the waste management became something that you kind of go look for the valley where you can designate it as a dump site and then continue using that until it overflows. And then you go to the next one. And then fast forward to today, we're realizing that this practice have a lot of social and economic impact to the state and the republic. So we were grateful to receive assistance from the Japan government to centralize the waste management system. But now we're faced with these many problems on the state level that we need to close, but we do need technical assistance and resources to actually close this unused waste system that are contributing to economic and social problems today. If you look at these slides, these are World War II Japanese Communication Center. Right behind them is a valley connecting to a river that was designated as a waste and dump site in 30 years. Now we're having the same problem and maintaining them. That's the waste and dump site system. This is the problem that we faced a year ago when methane gas burst and we couldn't control the fire. This area is around the community. That's the dump site system. If you can see it, really close to schools and airport. If we do not take care of these problems, this is what's going to happen. It's going to destroy the once pristine the rock islands around Palau. For that, I want to thank this body. I want to thank the government of Japan for this momentous occasion. And we want to continue to build on this. Thank you very much.
どうもありがとうございました。
Thank you very much, Governor.
次のスピーカーに移らせていただきたいと思います。次のご
We'll next hear from
田中秀樹、愛知県
Deputy Governor
をいたしております。
Tanaka Hideki from Ehime Prefecture.
ご演をいただきますインドネシア
Ehime Prefecture has been working on C3P with Gorontalo province in Indonesia, from which we'll be hearing after this.
あ愛媛
I would like to talk about projects between Ehime and Gorontalo province in Indonesia. So this photo is the main tower of the Matsuyama Castle. This is built 250 years ago, and you can see the cherry blossoms in the photo. So first of all, there are online participants, so I'd like to promote Ehime Prefecture. First, the name of which, this is from a Kojiki, the old tale. This is the meaning of which is beautiful lady. It exists on the west side of Japan. There is a Ehime Island with 4 prefectures, and Ehime is one of the 4 prefectures in Shikoku Island. Population is about 1.29 million. So about same as the Gorontalo province. The highest mountain in western Japan is Suzuchi Mountain, and also we're facing the Setouchi Island. The weather is warm, rain is little, and there is not much earthquake, and there's a low risk of disaster. As shown on the left top, we have a Dogo hot spring, which is said to be the oldest hot spring in Japan, as we have a rich tourist resource. And Hiroshima was the venue for G7 summit, and we are connected with the bridges with that prefecture. And also, we can be accessible with a high-speed vessel in 1 hour. So please do visit Ehime Prefecture when you come to Japan. So as I mentioned earlier, there are 4 prefectures in Shikoku Island. And in terms of industrial structure, for Shikoku Island, 43% of industrial output or the shipment is from our prefecture, Ehime Prefecture. So we can call ourselves a industrial prefecture. especially in the east-hand side of the prefecture. There are multiple cities with population of 100,000, and different such cities have different industrial structures. That makes it, that is one of the characteristics of our prefecture. Specifically, at the very right-hand side of the map, there is a Shikokucho City with the highest shipment value of manufactured goods or of paper manufacturing and processing in Japan. Other than a stamp and the money, everything, money meaning the bill, note, everything can be produced in this area. And then on the left-hand side, Nihama City. This city has developed as a company town of the Sumitomo Group. And there is a group companies and of Sumitomo Group and companies that support them. On the left-hand side from that, there's a Saijo City. Semiconductor and other cutting-edge industries are thriving here. There are many metal, machinery, and other SMEs with high technology capabilities. And above that, there is a Imabari City. There are many shipbuilding-related companies. This is the #1 maritime city in Japan. And also, Imabari towel, the high-end towel, is also produced here. Turning to the page 4. So as I mentioned earlier, different area, the areas of Ehime has a unique characteristics, and there are many manufacturers with the high technology capability and great products. And as the population is declining in Japan, our domestic market is not enough. So the supporting development overseas markets for Ehime as companies is important. So the prefecture is working with the financial institutions and universities and sending the economic mission, business mission to overseas countries starting 2013. And with those business exchange mission, we're interacting with the and developing a network with local authorities and the conglomerates in international markets, and trying to working to create a business opportunities for Ehime. And especially when it comes to Indonesia, we have sent 4 missions so far. And business matching between the Ehime's companies and the Indonesia's companies have had 81 companies participating. So Indonesia is among the most important company amongst the companies we've been working with, a country that amongst countries we've been working with. And the prefecture's economic exchange policy with foreign countries is to utilize the excellent technologies of its companies, mainly in the fields of environment, agriculture, and fisheries, to solve local problems and support the business opportunities of the prefectural companies. That is our policy. And the example of our strength in the environment area, we have boilers with high energy saving performance of Miura. And in the center is a high performance combined treatment staple tanks of Daiki Axis. And on the right hand side, there is a high efficient system to recover energy from industrial wastewater of Aiken Kakoki. They are the examples. And in the lower part, there are examples of the agriculture and fishery field. Every year, about 50 types of the citrus are a different variety of oranges are being captured. And also, we are #1 in the aquaculture. In the agriculture and fisheries field, we have Iseki and Company, which is one of the Japanese 3 major agricultural machinery manufacturers. And also, we have a NS Corporation, a manufacturer of custom-made high-cost performance food processing machinery that meets the needs of customer companies, and the production, processing, and distribution technologies for marine products developed in the fisheries kingdom of Ehime. They are the strength of our prefecture. And this is a project supported by MOEJ project. We work with Gorontalo province for creating environmental businesses. So this exchange with Gorontalo province has continued over 10 years. The Deputy Speaker Goebel of the House of Representatives, who has been a bridge between our prefecture and Indonesia, requested support for the decarbonization of the Gorontalo province, which is a hometown of the Goebel group. So that was the beginning of our exchange. Water pollution from domestic and industrial wastewater and vulnerability in the power system are among local challenges. And to respond, Aiken Kakoki's wastewater treatment and energy recovery systems implementation in the food processing factory, and also the improvement of the domestic wastewater treatment with combined treatment septic tanks, Daiki axis, to be worked on and to make them happen. We're continuing surveys, demonstrations, and business negotiations. And regarding the C3P, from the beginning, we had a MOU. And in January 2023, in the presence of the Governor Nakamura of Ehime Prefecture and Deputy Governor of Gorontalo Province and Deputy Speaker Goebel of the House of Representatives, MOU signing ceremony was held. And Ehime Prefecture committed to support the formulation of decarbonization plan for Gorontalo and to include C3P, including decarbonization in the development plan of the province. That is the commitment we made. And last November, I myself visited the province and had a discussion with the regional commissioners and conducted exchange with the local companies. And in conducting C3P, we identified and understood many of the needs or demands of the province. And based on that, our exchange has now have a broader scope than initially considered. So one project is the leachate treatment project at the final disposal site. There is exchange projects in the agriculture and fishery fields, and there is a green hospital plan. And especially regarding the exchange projects in the agriculture and fishery fields, against the demands identified through the C3P, we're conducting a project with the Ehime's own budget. For example, there is a tuna carrot maguro in the area, and it wishes to export to Japan. And to provide a support, we sent our experts and working on extracting the issues, and also we're working on identifying the direction of the support. And that within this fiscal year, we are to develop a roadmap, and we are to have a workshop and such to be started next year. As one of the major themes in our C3P, we're considering the introduction of methane fermentation equipment of Aiken Kakoki, which I talked about earlier. And idea is to apply the technology to coconut processing company in the province. And at this factory, high COD wastewater from coconut processing is discharged almost untreated. And Aiken Kakoi's equipment will enable wastewater treatment and energy recovery. And the involvement of the Gorontalo Regional Development is also being considered to execute the project. Lastly, well, this project is now in its final year, but the concluded MOU is committed to continue for 5 years. So we intend to continue and deepen the collaboration and exchange going forward. While Aiken Kakoki's methane fermentation facilities aim at being linked to the GCM facility subsidy project, there's also a much space for applying what we have done to other potential projects. And the Gorontalo province government is also strongly requesting the continuation of the collaboration. And Green Hospital and others are the projects we are wishing to consider further collaboration. So we applied to the we have just submitted our proposal for the phase 2 project to the C3P, for which the application window was closed recently. And we intend to strengthen our support for companies in the prefecture for overseas expansion addressing local problems. And just with the MOU, there is limit to what we can do. And we recognize that C3P is quite effective in that we can conduct surveys and other activities based on collaboration between national governments. We would appreciate continuous guidance and advice from the Ministry of the Environment. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Vice Governor Tanaka from Ehime Prefecture. And now we would like to move on to the next presenter. And from the government of Gorontalo State, we have Mr. Sofian Ibrahim from Indonesia. So, Mr. Ibrahim, the floor is yours. Please come up to the podium.
Good morning. Ohayo gozaimasu. Selamat pagi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Sofian Ibrahim, Regional Secretary, Government of Gorontalo Province. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and fellow advocates of sustainability. About initial stage of collaboration Ehime and Gorontalo in 2013, representative from Gorontalo Provincial Government, not Gorontalo District Government, and Gorontalo State University visited Ehime University, Seiyo Geopark, and Yusugi Elementary School. In 2018, meeting was held at major office in Matsuyama, when representative from the Gorontalo City Government and Matsuyama City Government discussed about cooperation opportunity. Recently, government of Gorontalo, recently government of Ehime and President Governor of Ehime, Mr. Hidaki Tanaka-san, come together to realize the cooperation between both provinces. In a nutshell, about Gorontalo. Gorontalo is a province located in the northern central part of Indonesia, in the island of Sulawesi. We land bordering Central Sulawesi and North Sulawesi. We cover land territory of 12,045.91 square kilometer and sea territory of 9,600 38.44 square kilometers. We have population of 1.2 million people, where most of us are Muslim, about 98%. We have one capital city and 5 other agencies. We have many and various kind of tourism resources, expanding from mountain area all the way of the underwater. With much pride, allow me to introduce Gorontalo Geopark. We call Gorontalo's Earth the Symphony, exploring the diversity of land and sea. Allow me to show what we have in Gorontalo, both in land. We have fossil forest Tohupo and Saripi granodierit, where wood fossil from many million years ago. We also have a sophisticated city center, recently established, and how to become an actual center of activity of people of Gorontalo. In the sea, we will be able to meet and greet with the one of kind whale shark. So close to the store, it takes only 10 minutes to be able to interact with the shark, and also an amazing atoll, as you can see at the bottom center of the slide. And lastly, the outstanding scenery of underwater view in Olele. Apart from natural resources, we also have a typical handicraft we call Karawo in Gorontalo province. Not only that, we also have traditional cakes which are decorated with pattern or motif as commonly made on the Karawo clothes in the previous slide. Now, how about environmental issues? The research conducted by Gorontalo State University in collaboration with Ehime University has shed light on the serious impact of artisanal mining operation in Gorontalo on both the environment and human health, focusing on mercury contamination. Findings reveal that mercury contamination from such mining not only pollute the local atmosphere, water, and sea, but also has global ramification through the food chain. In order to achieve Indonesian FOLU, forest and other land use, net sink 20 and 30 target in Gorontalo province, 8 operational plan have been devised. These include strategies as preventing mineral and lands and deforestation, fostering and development of plantation forests, and enhancing natural forests through methods like enhanced natural regeneration, implementing reduced impact logging carbon practices, bolstering carbon reserves through rotation and rehabilitation, as well as non-rotation method, and safeguarding high conservation value areas. Additionally, mangrove management measures are taken but put in place to further contribute to desired outcome. Limboto Lake faces several pressing conservation challenges, including situation leading to reducing in its surface area, degradation of water quality within the lake, to inject proliferation of water erosion and a noticeable decline in fishery productivity. Limboto is one of the 9 rivers that one part of the lake rescue program and Indonesian country. These are potential sources that we make utilize in order to fund the decarbonization effort as follows: state-based direct investment, private mandatory-based investment, private voluntary-based investment, private market-based investment, trust and fund, grant, donation, and charity, and then community-based funding. In the framework of city-to-city scheme between Gorontalo and Heime, key area of cooperation encompass environmental management, first, 2, economic and industry management, foster sustainability development, and exchange best practice and promote mutual learning between the 2 cities, contributing to advancement and well-being of both community. When officials from Ehime come to visit Gorontalo, we welcome them like they were long lost friends or even family. We went out of our way to make sure they felt at home, taking them to explore exciting places like Botu Barani, where they could interact with whale shark. And of course, we didn't forget to swap souvenir to taken of friendship, adding the personal touch to their visit and making sure they felt truly valued and cherished. On the slide, you can see when the team from Ehime visited potential collaboration site in the agricultural sector. Isiguro-san, Kanako-san, and team and their colleague with full dedication and tirelessness carries out their mission during their visit to Gorontalo. This moment, Ehime team visit potential location in this slide, which is can be collaboration in fishery sector. For example, fish market located in Gorontalo Bay. One of the main objective of cooperation is in the environmental sector. Discussion and knowledge exchanges have repeatedly been conducted with one of company engaged in coconut processing, PT Royal Coconut. The primary concern discussed is regarding waste disposal and treatment, exploring method to convert the generated waste in energy that can be reused by the company. Still related to the main issue to be addressed this time, the Ehime team visited the Talomelito landfill. There are still many challenges facing this landfill. One of which is the lack of storage space, as the trend show that the amount of waste generated by the Gorontalo community is increasing over time. And another issues that was sorting has not been implemented. Prospective project in Gorontalo province and Ehime, project designed to business process with PT Royal Coconut, hospital wastewater treatment plant, and Talomelito landfill. Beyond the environmental issues, some issues that will be cooperated are agriculture and fisheries sector, which can be seen in the slide. In order to achieve investment in agriculture and fisheries sector, these technical aspects are expected to be conducted beforehand. One highlight one highlight of prior activity is joint program with Gorontalo State University in order to sort out problem and find out solution. Addressing the ongoing challenges to super heat care services in Gorontalo, there is a collective effort underway and is gesture of generosity. Ehime Prefecture has expert its intent to donate for ambulance unit, 4 ambulance unit in Gorontalo. The collaboration between Gorontalo and Ehime aims to provide comprehensive support with a clear outline until 2026, integrating into planning documents such as the APBD budgeting local of what will ensure to step are missed in plan considering to delivering budget years. Shorter plans to be finalized by June 2024 for implementation in 2025 include studies, research, experts personnel, and educational visit in Gorontalo province. As I bring my remark to a close, I am deeply moved by the overwhelming enthusiasm and support from every city and regency in Gorontalo province for our partnership in achieving zero carbon emission. It's incredibly inspiring to see the passion and dedication of our local community shining through in their wholehearted embrace of the initiative. Their engagement to contribute it speak volume about the strength of our bond and the shared values that unite us. With such and feel backing, I am filled with confidence that our collaboration between Ehime Prefecture and Gorontalo province will continue to thrive and reach new heights. Together with the people of Gorontalo by our side, we can surmount and challenge and turn our vision of sustainable future into a reality. To all the cities and regency in the Gorontalo, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for your unwavering support and belief in your shared mission. Let's keep marching forward together, hand in hand toward a brighter, cleaner tomorrow. Thank you very much.
インドネシア・ゴロンタロ州政府よりイブラヒム事務次官にご
Thank
講
you
い
very
ただき
much, Regional Secretary
ありがとうございました
from the Gorontalo province.
それでは次のスピーカーにお願いしたいと思います。
Moving on to the next speaker, who is a Senior Vice President Kamisa Binti Mohando Ghazali from IRDA. Senior Vice President will be kindly speaking about the current status and the future collaboration.
Konnichiwa, Ohio, hello, and selamat pagi. First and foremost, I would like to thank our MOEJ, Ministry of Environment Japan, and IJS for this opportunity to actually share our city-to-city collaboration. And of course, our city partners, Toyama City, Kitakyushu City, Janus, and also NTT Data. And also all the participants today, whether physically or also online. Okay, just a short introduction. Iskandar Malaysia is the first economic corridor established in Malaysia. and we are gearing towards becoming a strong metropolis of international standing. We are the pioneer city in Malaysia that drives low carbon initiatives and has been recognized as a CDP Global Ranking Cities A-list in 2019, 2020, 2022, and 2023 for our bold leadership and transparency in climate change. The development of Iskandar Malaysia is guided by the Comprehensive Development Plans 2030 and supported by our Low Carbon Society Blueprint Iskandar Malaysia 2030 Climate Action Plan. Our plans are aligned with the national and also state level policy to ensure holistic and cohesive framework and roadmaps for efficient and effective deliverables. Ladies and gentlemen, the development of Iskandar Malaysia is also what you call based on the current scenario. We look at the current scenario in Malaysia, but also in terms of the impact of climate change, climate risk. Everyone is actually around the world is facing the same problem, and Iskandar Malaysia must adopt the principle of a resilient and future-proof region. We need to be able to actually absorb, adjust, recover, and prepare for our future economic, environmental, social, and also governance shock. Therefore, there are 4 focuses, if you look at the slide, that guide Iskandar Malaysia to becoming a strong and sustainable metropolis of international standing, from the high-value economy, productive society, integrated and livable city, and of course, climate resilience and carbon neutrality. Our goal are to reduce the intensity of GHG by up to 70% by 2030 compared to 2010 level, and develop cities and societies that are resilient towards climate change. A lot of people are telling us, the national NDC is at 45%. But our target is scientifically, driven with a structured implementation and also initiative to achieve this goal. Iskandar Malaysia continue to maintain strong ties and friendship with Japan. As we aspire to decarbonize our city, we are actively working together with Toyama and Kitakyushu cities to build capacity of our local agencies and companies to develop the intercompany collaboration, especially in transport sector, energy, and also waste management. The collaboration with Toyama in Toyama City has identified 3 potential projects. There is 1, decarbonization technologies in green mobility, focusing on electric vehicles, 2-wheeler ecosystem through battery as a service program. And number 2 is actually on benchmarking and develop zero carbon areas based on Toyama model, especially in terms of modern aquaculture development and also for agro-technology and high-tech industry, research and development, and low-carbon initiative. And of course, we also focus in this particular program on the promotion of cleaner energy collaboration in Iskandar Malaysia to actually support the 2 initiatives. In order to prepare for a sound feasible study, the Toyama project team has detailed the overall milestone and implementation content. The team has conducted several activities to explore new potential, such as visiting and surveying local enterprises and local-based associations to further understand the business requirements and also ecosystem. The battery as a service program is expected to accelerate the shift to electric mobility, emphasizing the policy requirements incentives, demonstration of projects, and industry collaborations. The target is to secure a V-shift of local commuters, businesses, and especially commuters to Singapore. As you know, that the causeway between Johor and Singapore is one of the busiest, link in the world, with close to 400,000 trips being made, on daily basis. And then, this is part of our way forward to progressively reduce the region carbon dioxide emission, to phase out the use of fossil fuel ICE vehicle in alignment with neighboring Singapore's commitment to achieve electric mobility by 2040, as well as, of course, the global practices. At regional level, this shall actually improve the living environment and image of the city, subsequently contribute to emission reduction target in transportation field. Additional collaboration elements were also introduced in our area, Pekan Nenas and Pontian, promoting clean energy for land-based aquaculture and sustainable fishing village project with a solar panels installation. The content of this element includes income improvement, energy management, along with environmental education and awareness. In October 2023, the project also extend collaboration to another city, Taipei, to learn about their success stories in developing battery swapping kiosks and deploying renewable energy in aqua farming. This is actually have served as a very good peer-to-peer review to enhance the feasibility of the project while integrating more experience and learning into Iskandar, Malaysia and Toyama. We would like to express our gratitude to Toyama City on the capacity building efforts to IRDA as the regional authority for Iskandar, Malaysia, and also the local authorities within our region. Many case studies are cited in our training and engagements, insightful information shared and discussed related to city planning, policies, micro-mobility, and the know-how practices in decarbonization technologies for agriculture. We wish to have a closer look at those physical project implementation while we are in Toyama the next couple of days. And the C3P in Toyama is running smoothly for MOEJ information, and the program strongly aligned to our comprehensive development plan and also climate action plan. Ladies and gentlemen, on the collaboration with Kita-Kyushu City, we have been studying the commercialization of industrial symbiosis, eco-town, and waste-to-energy projects since 2019, using the experience and know-how from City of Kita-Kyushu. The collaboration focuses on formulating a zero-carbon plan in the industrial and consumer sector, with the goal to establish a leading zero-carbon area in Iskandar, Malaysia, modeled after Kita-Kyushu, using Japan's advanced technology. The activities include creating inter-industry collaboration project for decarbonization of industrial sector, and also introduction of waste to energy as a base load power source for decarbonization of the consumer sector. The project has identified industrial park as suitable local partners in exploring the inter-industry collaboration that promotes utilizing emissions from factories such as wastewater, waste heat, adopting the industry symbiosis concept to produce energy, which will later supply to the neighboring factories. The aim is to improve the efficiency of the wastewater treatment within the industrial park. Instead of each factory handling its own waste, the project aims to integrate treatment facilities to improve treatment efficiency for wastewater. Networking and discussion with candidate facilities have been initiated, and we anticipate seeing more positive results in the coming years with founding of a pilot project. For waste to energy, the project seeks to reduce the volume of waste that is landfill and explore opportunities for recovery of resources from waste materials to generate power and electricity. We envision the creation of a zero carbon industrial area using Japan's advanced technologies that can be replicated and expanded within Johor and also outside of Johor State area. Well, last but not least, we at Iskandar Malaysia are committed to and look forward to closer collaboration with Japan. We take this opportunity to seek MOEJ continuous support to our collaboration in the decarbonization project with Toyama and Kitakyushu. Iskandar Malaysia is full of opportunities, and we welcome more participants and investment from Japan. This will support our pledge to 70% emission intensity reduction by year 2030 as compared to the base year 2010 level, as we progressing towards a net zero future by 2050, consistent to Malaysia aspiration. I would like to also update that we do have a few more success stories actually in terms of our collaboration with Japanese city. For example, we will soon roll out the use of Kasbi Iskandar. Kasbi, I think, is a rating tools that is widely used in Japan. It's a customized assessment tool originating from Japan, to serve as guidance in green building compliance in Iskandar, Malaysia. This was actually launched during the United Nations Asia Pacific Climate Week in November 2023 and will be piloted by our City Council, Johor Bahru. This is an important milestone, I believe, to greening the built environment and contribute to city decarbonization in Iskandar, Malaysia. We thank you, IJES, and also Institute of Built Environment and Carbon Neutral for SDGs, IBEX, for facilitating this collaboration since 2016. And I will go tribute to MOEJ and city partners for this opportunity. Domo arigatou gozaimasu, and thank you for listening.
マレーシアイスカンダル地域開発庁のガザリ上級副長官
Thank you very much, Ms. Viniti Mohin Ghazali, Senior Vice President, Resilient Environment, Iskandar, Malaysia. So now it is time to close, but we would like to extend this seminar just by a little bit. And I thank you for being with us. The last speaker is Toru Hashimoto, Director General of International Affairs Bureau, City of Yokohama, Japan.
I think my job is to make this speech as short as possible so that everyone can go to lunch as quickly. So thank you very much for this opportunity presented by MOEJ, and it's very nice to see many colleagues from Asia and Latin America, and I already learned a lot. And tomorrow you are coming to Yokohama, so let me introduce Yokohama a little bit. Yokohama is the second largest city, but as a city, it's the largest because Tokyo is the largest, but Tokyo has a metropolitan government structure. And how you distinguish the city? In my humble opinion, city should collect and dispose solid waste. We are doing. Tokyo metropolitan government is not doing. So that we are the biggest city in Japan. It's very close from Tokyo, as you know. And then that we are, as Mr. Yagi, State Minister Yagi mentioned, we are chosen one of the area as a decarbonization leading area. I believe you are visiting this area tomorrow as well, maybe. That this is a central area called Minato 21. Why we choose this area? Because this area generate around 10% of the carbon emission from the entire commercial area. It's very important to reduce the emission here. And also that we have a target to make the half reduction 2030. And then the zero carbon neutrality 2050 as same as the other city in the world. So far, okay, maybe a little bit more effort, but we have a exact figure until 2021. We were able to reduce 21% from the benchmark of 2013. But you can see after the COVID, it's coming back a little bit. We believe that 2022, it's going down a little bit, but as you can see, to reach a 50, it's a very, very, very difficult challenge. And our city is very unique. The emission coming very much from the household sector. Each individual has to take effort, not a big factory or transportation, but everyone as a citizen of Yokohama has to take care of the carbon emission because that's the largest emission source in our cities. That's very unique. And let me talk a little bit about decarbonization leading area, what we are doing very quickly. That, of course, we are taking care of the current emission by introducing some lower emission technology like LED, and also that each building take care of net zero effort. But at the same time, we are providing the heat and a cooling system into this entire district so that we are thinking of converting the energy to hydrogen so that it will be zero emission. That's our aim. And also that we importing renewable energy from Tohoku region. As you know, the Tohoku hit a big earthquake, 2011. And then after that, there's a lot of conversion to the energy in a renewable. So in our city, there's not enough renewable energy sources. And our city is very much dense. So there's not much land to generate renewable energy. So specifically importing renewable energy from Tohoku. And our bigger aim is a hydrogen. So that in this Minato 21, and we have a port, huge port, so that we are trying to convert the energy from current carbon-related energy to hydrogen. And also that we are doing some new way, like a methanation, combining other materials for the energy generations. And also, one of the issue we like to present that we are very proud of is that we took some step of a planning process for a long time. We started with a master plan. We detail out the action plan in this area. We put some common infrastructure so that we can convert the energy into this Minato Mirai. And also that we are introducing some way of managing like a common duct for each operation and management, and also the huge water pump here introduced. And as I mentioned, district heating and cooling system, and also the institutional arrangement. We have set up the company called the Minato 21 to do the area management. Okay, now let me go into the international collaboration. This is more or less the same. But I like to mention this diagram, bilateral relation, country, city to city, and also bringing the private sector. And I'm very much respect Mr. Kuromizu, who was my colleague and who is here in this venue and who is working more or less with Bangkok, has originally think about this framework. And then our job become very much easy. With this framework, we can talk to MOEJ, JICA, even the multilateral development banks such as ADB and World Bank. We collect the resources from them to concentrate city-to-city relation to open up the gate, and also that we have administrative government knowledge sharing, but at the same time, technology sharing at the private sector is very important. So I believe that here in this venue, that the representative of Da Nang is here, I believe. I saw in the list, maybe not, Xin Chao, okay. That we are working with the Da Nang city, starting from the planning, and we started the study by JICA, and we converted this specifically for a C3P type of study, aiming at the carbon emission right now. And fortunately, we were able to deliver some JCM-related project, such as introducing a highly efficient pumping system for the water supply areas. And also, we are looking at other energy-saving potential by doing an intensive study for the emission from the factories and organization. This is the outcome of Da Nang. And also that my good friend Waranut is here, Sarikap, that we are working with a BMA. And as I mentioned, that Kuromizu-san was a big effort for this collaboration. and that Bangkok, with the support from JICA and MOEJ, drafted carbon net zero master plan, and they are doing their effort like us, and they are able to reduce the carbon emission very much. So we continue to work with Bangkok very intensively. And also that one JCM project was introduced by one of the company we are working with. And also we are doing more effort or circular economy, like it will be new IT asset disposition, which means in a smartphone, PC, lots of rare metal inside, so that you better collect them, not to excavate the new mining system. So this is one of the effort we are doing through the circular to reduce the carbon. And one of our company will establish their factory very soon in Bangkok areas. Actually, it's Changwat, Chonburi, Koto, not Bangkok, but outside. Okay. Finally, I agree with Takemoto-san that this should be international effort. City to city should be connected to international effort. And I strongly believe that what Takemoto-san presented is really good case for us. So let's work together. And Yokohama would like to be one of the leading cities. So we are the member of the GCOM, Iskandar mentioned, that our mayor is one of the 10 board members of the world, so that we are putting our effort. And we are working with, as I mentioned, other international organizations like OECD, ADB, World Bank, of course, with the Japanese government. And there's several cities on the right-hand side. And also that as a private sector, we set up some business association so that we can work together, Yokohama Urban Solution Alliance. This is one of the largest, I believe, business association looking at carbon reduction. And again, not me, but our colleague will welcome you in our city tomorrow. And also that we are organizing this Asia Smart City Conference around 12 years with the support from MOEJ. And we are going to organize this conference again in October 22, 23, and 24 of this year. So please come back, or please get on board online. So I go very quickly so that there will be much more information on our website. So I believe this material share with you, I believe, maybe, so that you can check your material and pick up the QR code, and what I mentioned and more will be there. Thank you very much for this opportunity again.
橋本局長どうもありがとうございまし
Thank you
た。
very much, Mr. Hashimoto. So now we have finished all the presentations from the seminars. I hope you have learned a lot from today's seminar. And we would like to continue working together in this city-to-city collaboration so that we may move forward in our effort for decarbonization. And I was supposed to have this wrap-up and closing session, but I would like to cut this off. So we would now like to close the session. And lastly, just one point. I have one point to ask of you. Those of you in the audience and those of you who are connected online, before you leave, please do answer the questionnaire regarding today's seminar. Please use the QR code, or also on the Zoom chat box, you have the link to answer the questionnaire. And this is a questionnaire that is vital to making this seminar even more useful and productive in the future. So thank you very much once again for attending the seminar on city-to-city collaboration for a zero carbon society.